This guide is perfect if you're tabbed out on the Flight Master right now. I know you are. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's the really important stuff that you'll come across during the trash and bosses in everybody's favorite dungeon, Freehold. Throughout the trash in this dungeon, you'll want to watch out for the enforcers, who will do a frontal called Brutal Backhand. It will also do AoE damage to the group whenever present with Shattering Bellow, so healers will need to keep the group topped up. Make sure to interrupt Healing Balm on the Iron-Tide Corsairs at the start. When you get to the first boss, Skycap'n Kragg, he has two phases. He will start mounted on his parrot Sharkbait, and his damage is untankable. He'll shoot random players, so healers need to keep party members topped up, or everyone looks to dodge when he periodically charges, indicated by this big swirly. At 70% HP, he will dismount and finally attack the tank. Players need to spread around him, ideally not overlapping, as he will randomly shoot at someone, damaging them and putting a magic debuff on them. Healers need to dispel this and heal the player back up. This can no longer realistically be outranged as it is a 60-yard cone. For the rest of the fight, Sharkbait will try to poop on you, simply move out while doing the best you can to keep spread. Every now and then, he will also charge across the arena in a straight line, so watch out for this as it will usually get you killed. DPS down the boss and interrupt as soon as possible or he will heal. The Council of Captains has been changed so that you'll now always fight Eudora and Raoul. They only have a few mechanics, but they can become nasty if they overlap. Move away from Raoul's barrel smash and try to focus down Eudora. She will leap across the entire arena to one of the four corners and spin clockwise, shooting a frontal each second. You'll have a few seconds to get behind her and dodge, so move as fast as you can. Throughout the fight, Raoul will also throw a blackout barrel on a player, stunning them. Watch his cast bar to see who he's casting on, and you'll need to DPS the barrel down as quickly as you can to release your friends, so it's best to stay stacked up close to the bosses. There will also be some brown circles to try and soak for a damage buff, but only if it's safe to do so. Moving down to the Ring of Booty, most of the trash can be AoE down while dodging various mechanics on the floor. However, watch out for the Blacktooth Scrappers, which will fixate players with Blind Rage. This really hurts, so don't tank it. Try to stop them with stuns, fears, etc. After catching the pig and defeating Ludwig, you'll have to face Trothak. This guy is an absolute nightmare if the sharks are handled badly. He will frequently throw a shark on a player, which will always chase the closest person. You want to get these out of melee as fast as possible, so range players and especially the healer should try and stand close so it follows them. Kite them around the arena and into the red pools, which will stun them for a second or two. There's not too much to heal if you do this well, but it can go south very quickly. Also, it's in everybody's best interest to watch where the sharks are and never stand between the boss and a shark because he will charge to them and pick them back up. If you're hit by this, you're going to die. Oh, and obviously move out of his Blade Storm mechanic. On the last trash, try to let the cast of Painful Motivation go through. It will put an AoE dot on the enemies and they will end up killing themselves. The last trash pack can no longer be skipped. It will pull if you pull the boss. This is actually great because now you have a lot more room to deal with Harlan. This fight has 3 phases. In phase 1, just slowly kite the cannon barrage if it's on you. Watch out for the tank frontal, Swift Wind Saber, and the healer will have to spot heal the player with the Whirling Dagger. This is a very hard hitting dot. At 70%, all players will get the cannon barrage on them at the same time, and the tank frontal will now be a star pattern around him. Just look for these and sidestep them. A grenadier ad will also spawn at the treasure pile and fixate someone. If it reaches them, it will explode and kill them instantly. So just throw any kind of CC on this ad each time it spawns, and it will kill itself. At 30%, the boss will enrage, increasing damage done by 100%, but also damage taken by 100%. Nuke him down and enjoy your loot. Check out the next dungeon on screen now, and if you're looking for something more in depth, then I have some detailed masterclasses coming out during the season with all that extra tips and tricks. So make sure to subscribe.